So what's up guys, Vince the Engineer here. It's approaching nightfall, temps are lowering, we're below 85 degrees, and today I'm going to spray some biostimulants, so stay tuned. I recently investigated a problem area in my yard and decided that adding biostimulants was going to be one of my first action items. This is Bountiful Harvest by AgriGrow. This stuff is a low use rate at 1 ounce per 1,000 square feet and puts out 1% urea nitrogen. This also contains some really good micronutrients for the soil. I'm also adding RGS from the Greene County Fertilizer Company and their next level fertility product line. RGS stands for Root Growth Stimulator and contains humic acid as well as sea kelp extract. Since daytime temps are at or above 85 degrees, I'm going to limit RGS to 3 ounces per 1,000 square feet per label instructions. RGS is designed to increase rooting potential in terms of root mass and depth and decrease stress pressure caused by heat and drought. The humic acid and sea kelp aid in color response, to buffer the extended nitrogen release rates, and to add oxygen to the soil profile for great nutrient uptake. To apply these products, I'm using a hose end sprayer. I'll leave a link in the description to the one I'm using. But it's important to know how a hose end sprayer works. Every one is a bit different, but this one has different color-coded suction tips that are sized and calibrated by the rate at which it sucks the solution out of the bottle and mixed into the main water stream. This white tip, for example, is sized for 2.15 ounces per minute. The nice thing about this hose end sprayer is that it already tells me the rate as indicated by the color coding of the tip. So for instance, if I'm working with a water-thin product that requires 3 ounces per 1,000 square feet, I know that if I'm using the 3 ounce per minute tip, then theoretically it would take me exactly 1 minute to spread that out over 1,000 square feet. And that 1 minute per 1,000 square feet is generally a good rule of thumb when talking about walking speed. For most people, this is a very comfortable pace for using a hose end sprayer. Now I said water thin because some products are a bit more viscous than others, especially biostimulants that contain iron, which at times can coagulate and clog the orifice tip. In those cases, I have to experiment with a larger tip and take note of the ones that work. Also, it helps to thin out the product by adding water to the bottle to dilute it a bit more. In the case of the more popular Ortho dial and spray, the dial is in terms of teaspoons and ounces of the product per 1 gallon of water mixed. So to better match the dial to your walking speed, you'll have to do something like a bucket test to understand how much water is coming out of your dial and spray. I'll leave a card above to the bucket test video I did so you can learn more. For my unit and water supply combo, it's 3 gallons a minute. So if I have the dial set to 3 ounces, it's actually mixing 3 ounces of product per gallon of water. And if I have 3 gallons of water coming out of the sprayer per minute, that means I'm applying 9 ounces of product in that minute. So if a water thin product label states to apply 6 ounces of the product over 1,000 square feet, and I want to maintain a walking speed of 1 minute per 1,000 square feet, I would need to set the dial to 2 ounces per gallon for my situation, because 2 ounces per gallon times 3 gallons a minute would give me 6 ounces per minute. In the case of the dial and spray, you can also dilute the product in the bottle with water and turn the dial up to a higher setting to get thicker, more viscous products to pass through. There is also a hack going around that calls for removing the filter in the dial and spray to reduce clogging. Using a hose end sprayer is something that will take time to get used to, so start out on a lower setting and make a couple of passes to get the hang of it before dialing up to a faster rate. So when preparing your product and hose end sprayer, you basically have 2 options. 1, put the product as is in the bottle, or 2, dilute the product in the bottle. If you're just putting the product straight into the bottle, make sure you put enough for your application plus a bit more, since mostly all hose end sprayers will have product left over in the bottom of the bottle. We talked about reasons to dilute products due to viscosity. However, another reason to dilute is for products that have a very low use rate. Just know that if you dilute the product, make sure you measure out exactly what you need for the area you are covering. And when spraying, make sure you empty the bottle evenly over the entire area you are spraying. Okay, so let me show you my method for working with a hose end sprayer. I like to mow the grass right before spraying. I do this because the wheel marks from the mower create guidelines for me. These guidelines form lanes that allow me to track where I'm spraying. I like to cover between 2 and 3 lanes wide for each pass to get an even application. To show you what I mean, I have a 1,000 square foot area marked out here. I'm going to use the pink tip, which is 2.93 ounces per minute. To keep our math easy, let's just say 3 ounces a minute. I'm going to show you what a 1 minute per 1,000 square foot paste looks like and apply 3 ounces over this area. Okay, so I'm going to use water for this example. I'm going to fill this bottle up and weigh it so we know what we're starting with. Next, I'll begin spraying the 1,000 square foot area and set the timer for 1 minute. The goal is to cover this area in 1 minute. So we've completed our application. Let's weigh what's left in the bottle to see how we did on the application rate. So as you can see here, we were pretty good with our application, almost exactly 3 ounces used. In a few days, I'll give an update on this area to see how the Bountiful Harvest application and RGS application worked out. All right guys, so there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for joining.